Man, I was very close to my grandmother. She passed away years ago. Your grandmother's still around, Mike?
My grandmother passed when I was like 6 years old. So
were y'all close though through those years? Can you remember?
All I remember is that she was a really sweet lady,
Right,
and she
right.
loved all of us. The like beginning four of us.
Right.
Later on, my aunts had more kids,
Right.
and my mom, so she didn't get to meet them, but she loved the four of us.
Right. Yeah. So it's interesting. Grandmothers and grandfathers too, but grandmothers are just literally they're walking angels. Right. I've never heard anybody. I've heard people say, "Oh, I didn't get along with my parents," but I've never heard anybody in my life, as long as I've been on this planet Earth, ever say I didn't get along with my grandmother. You know what I mean? I was very close to my grandmother, and she passed years ago. And I bring this up because I could not imagine growing up and someone kidnapping my grandmother or my mother. I couldn't imagine that. Like I brought my mother down here to move down here with us and to live with me. And during COVID, and we, she lived with me until she passed away. And I got to tell you, I'm on the radio, fairly prominent figure, public figure. Obviously, I'm not a Savannah Guthrie, but people know who I am. I couldn't imagine coming home and my mother not being there and someone telling me they kidnapped her. That would be, I would be crushed. Our prayers go out to Savannah Guthrie. I mean, this is just this is just the craziest story. At first, when they first announced it, I thought to myself, well, maybe, she had Alzheimer's or something and she wandered off. But this is you heard in the news reports with the great Michelle Wright, where she played the clip of the sheriff basically saying, "Hey, this is an older woman who needs her meds. It won't be too bad on you if you turn her in now." This is just it's just the saddest story. And you feel, I've never met Miss Savannah before. I've never met her before. But my heart goes out to her and her family. This is just, it's just the craziest thing. Couldn't imagine coming home and my mom not being there and me walking the neighbor, because that's what I would do first. I would come in the house. Oh, where's mom? Oh, man. Let me walk around, see if any of the neighbors saw her walking around. Maybe she tried to go to the store or something. That's what I would do. I would never think for a second that she was kidnapped. Kidnapped. Could you imagine coming home? I mean, before I even call the cops, I'd be on the phone with my friends. Hey, man, load up. Load up. Load up. It's just the saddest story. My prayers go out, and I hope all of you are praying for this family. It's just a sad story. And I hope it has a when it's concluded that everybody's okay and that she's okay. Really, that's my prayer, because it's such a sad story, and it's a crazy world, my friends. That's why you must stay prayed up, and you must stay armed up, protect your families, protect your children, because it's crazy out there. It really is. On another note, I wanted to get that out. I've been wanting to say that for a couple days, and I apologize that it took so long. I was actually praying that they would find her by now, but this has still been several days. Magic Mike, Lincoln Lawyer, 4th season, dropped today, February 5th, Thursday today. And so, I usually get here. So for those of you who don't know, our show airs 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every single night. And I usually get here about 3:30. If I get here at 4, I consider myself late for work, right? But I usually get here at 3:30, quarter to 4, something like that. Today I rolled in about 5:15. And the reason is I had a busy day. I mean, I was working. I had a busy day, been on a lot of phone calls, things like that, trying to take care of a lot of different things. But the real reason that I rolled in at 5-something today, and that's late. I mean, I'm almost like, that's very late for me, right? The reason why I did that was because Lincoln Lawyer Season 4 dropped. and I could not stop. I watched, I think it's 10 episodes. I watched all 10 episodes. I could not leave the house. I literally could not leave the house because I've been waiting for season 4. It's one of my favorite series. I love Lincoln Lawyer. The characters are great. Oh, I do want to say this. Let me say this really quickly. So if you have Netflix and Lincoln Lawyer season 4 launched, it's a good series. Not the best of the 4, but it's still very, very good. Very, very good. But I got to say this, and I may go a little bit over, Mike, just a couple seconds, right? But I got to say this. There's one African-American woman on Lincoln Lawyer. They call her name is Izzy. She's been on there since pretty much season 1. And she's a very attractive woman. And she's always been single, right? She got a dance studio. There was a scene when she was dancing. And, I'm not saying, but, as a man, you watch these episodes, you watch these shows, and you look at the women, and you say, oh, she's attractive. It's nothing you're trying to start a fan club about, but just as a man, you're watching the show. And she was a very attractive woman. And she started out like assisting, and she was the driver. Now she's the office manager. I'm not telling too much, but she was a character that you kind of followed. You followed her development. You followed Cisco, its investigator, who's married to the Lincoln Lawyer's Mickey's ex-wife. You follow all of these characters. You follow them as teams, and you follow them as an ensemble, and you follow them as individuals, right? And you want to see their story arcs and develop and everything. Well, season 4. You see Izzy is dating a woman. And I'm like, what is the purpose of that? Why in a series where the main character's been married twice, has an ex-wife and a baby, has relations with single women, the other couple is his ex-wife who's married to his investigator, have a loving relationship with the dog. Why does the only African-American character on the entire show have to be a lesbian? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just asking that very simple question. You have a show of people, even the ex-wife was dating a guy. And and I'm watching it from the first episode. I'm like, no, because she's in a class and the girl says, hey, you want to go out for the video games? And I'm like, no, don't do this to us. For real? The one black woman on this series and she's going to be a lesbian? And it's like, come on, man. Why do y'all do this? Why? And I'm sure maybe at some point she might have said, hey, I want a love interest too. I don't know. But Lincoln Lawyer 4 seasons out. It's wonderful. Go see it. But I don't know. Makes me start to believe everybody's just running around sleeping with everybody. That's what. We'll be right back.